I'm Max Dean. And you are? It's not important. Today's Monday, and the first edition of Strip Club Stories. Ta-da! Huh? Yeah. This could be good. It could be very not good either. So, let's try to make it good. I was in the strip club industry for over 15 years, but the exact number I couldn't tell you. I started out as a barback, I became a bartender, and shortly thereafter became a DJ. And the entire ride from day one, literally, first night on, was something to remember. I've told this story in previous videos that isn't going to be included in today's stories, but I'll tell you just to recap. My first night on, I was a barback. Yes, that was my first night. There's a whole story. I'd give the whole detailed version of that in another video. I'd be happy to link it right here. But I don't remember which. Couldn't tell you which one it was. It was in a vlog. Let's do some poop stories. I have at least two that stand out in my mind because, get it, two, poop, two. Because I'm only going to tell you two, really. But, yeah. This first one, I will never forget. As long as my ass faces south, I'll never forget this story. It was a, who knows what night. I was at a club that I worked at that was named after one of those men's magazines. I won't tell you which one, and no, not that one. People are busy. Managers are doing things. Girls are on stage. I'm calling them up. I'm getting music ready, and one of the barbacks or somebody comes and says, that girl is so wasted. They just got the guy, like there was a whole fight, and I don't know what led up to this, but the girl was passed out in the chair, drunk, clearly drunk, like slumped over in the chair, and they were like, please help me get her to the back. And I was like, no problem. So I go over there with this guy, we pull the chair away from the table, and I just say, I'll pick her up, and you just clear the path. I picked her up under the knees and behind the shoulder arms, and we're going, and we're walking, and we're walking, and there's people, so it's crowded, and they're laughing, and people are people, and they point and laugh, and they whatever. And then I feel this hot sensation. This hot sensation on my arm, and then after a few seconds on my belly, and I'm like, oh no, and so I run with the last 15-20 steps into the dressing room, and I put her feet down, and I'm still holding her here. The guy grabs her, he lays her down, and yes, wouldn't you know it, she diarrheaed on me. It was a good one too, because I didn't honestly know that we had diced carrots and tomato skins on the menu there at the bar. But well, she knew, and the proof was all over me and my shirt. Luckily, we had a shower there at the club I'm talking about, and he threw her in there. I went in there with her. I rinsed off, she's fully dressed, by the way, with the, bikini top thong on. And he's in there, like, trying to rinse her off. I'm rinsing off, completely. I just jumped in there, like, full on, pants wet, money in my pocket, soaking wet. Rinsed off my arm, helped rinse her off, dressed, and bring her out, and people are just, they don't know whether to laugh or if it's okay or if not, and oh dude, Let me just tell you. Now I don't know what happened to my sense of smell, but it's since left my body. But the smell that I couldn't get out of my. I think this is why I don't have a sense of smell anymore. I'm figuring it out. It was like. That's it. You just thought of it right there. It was horrible. The most horrible, nasty, ooh. And the sad thing was, this girl was beautiful. I remember her being very attractive, you know, very attractive and a regular. I never saw her again, surprisingly. And I say surprisingly because you'd be surprised at how many girls would do some messed up stuff and then show right up the next day like nothing ever happened. I'm sure partially because they don't remember, but second because there's money to be made, and they're not stopping coming to. They're not gonna not come to work because they just a little poop on somebody. No, that's not no. They're not stopping. Yeah. So that was one story. The second one I wanted to tell you, I was there, but it wasn't directly poop on me. It was on a friend of ours named Frank. And we're sitting by, I'm in the DJ booth. My friends come in. They're sitting by the DJ booth. The first two tables right outside the door of the DJ booth. And there was this girl who was, again, beautiful girl, but just was known for being a super drunk entertainer. And every club has one or 5, 10, 15, 20 of them maybe. But this particular girl was extra the worst because she started out pleasant and great, then became drunk in like 2 shots. I mean, I'm not even exaggerating. Like, how can you be... I've known you to be this person for 2 years now, and it's still 2 shots, and you're completely trashed. Wouldn't you think her tolerance would have went up by now? Nope. Not hers. No tolerance whatsoever. My friends come in, and they came in to eat, hang out with me, and then leave. It was like during the afternoon, you know, on one of those random shifts that I got to cover somebody's shift, and you know, it's there. And they come in and they're talking and they're gonna get the steak and fries and they're sitting there, and then here comes this girl. And these 2 guys have been there before. They're no rookie. They know how it goes. They don't need me to tell them, hey, this girl, you know, I'm not going, they know. So this girl comes over and she's hanging out with them, and just from what I can hear, they're getting along and they're telling stories back. The guys are telling stories, she's telling stories, and they weren't the type to get dances. But then the next thing you know, I look over and she's sitting on Frank's lap. Now, Frank has on a polo shirt, you know, like short sleeve, like a golf shirt, but it's white. And, well, he doesn't ask her to start dancing, but she does. She starts dancing. And the next thing you know, she shit on him. On his shirt. Like, there was a racing stripe down the belly of his shirt from where 2, I would say 2, because the thong was in the middle. And there was poop down either side. Like, not turds and not soup, but smears. You getting it? Okay. She was dancing and she did this body slide thing where she slid her butt from his face. Ooh, imagine if it was before then. Oh, man. He would have had a Fu Manchu. Well, she does the body slide thing, and she, I guess, about almost done down to the bottom. She maybe thought she was gonna fart and shart, who knows, but she does what she does, Then she is sitting in his lap, and they're smelling it. And my friend that's with Frank is snapping what's going on here, and he looks over, and sure enough, he sees it, and immediately said it. Dude, she shit on you. And that guy said, "What, Frank?" He pushed her off, and she was like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And the dressing room was right there, and so she bolted in there, and he stood up. And when he stood up, I looked over and saw his white shirt with the shit streaks down the front of it. And oh man, like I felt guilty for, I felt like it was my fault, It wasn't, by the way. That was caused by whatever drugs she was on and alcohol in her system from. It wasn't me, Frank. I still feel bad, but it wasn't me. Oof. All I know is we never saw her the rest of the day. She ended up leaving through the front somehow, getting by me. I never saw her again because I was gonna give her an earful. And Frank and the other guy, I don't want to say the other name because then everybody's gonna know exactly who I'm talking about, and I don't want anybody to, So Frank's standing there like, holy shit. So I called the manager over, explained what happened. We're all, kind of laughing. Luckily, Frank has he's got a good sense of humor, and he's laughing about it too. And the manager, he comps their steak and fries, gives them their money back, and they leave with no other incident. But yeah, gross. Okay, well, look, guys, I could. I'm gonna think of some more stories. There's so many, but those are the two poop stories that I could think of. I know there's more, especially like shark stories, because I know there is. I just gotta think about it. But tell me if you like this or not. This is just the first one. It's kind of a trial. I wanna make them better as I go, but this was just the first one to see what you guys think. Hopefully those girls don't drink liquor anymore, and don't wear white to strip clubs. Alright, I'm Max Dean. Thank you for watching. This has been your first edition of Strip Club Stories. Thank you, Sandy, for reminding me that today was Monday, or else I'd be doing another hair waxing video. And we don't need that. Definitely not me. Alright, thank you for watching. Talk to you later. Bye.